Going on this trip made me realize the value that SIA was giving me. It's given us the skills we need to be able to fit into whichever career path we choose to take. So yeah, that is what this trip really exposed me to. And it made me appreciate SIA better.
The organizations that we visited on the first day were UNFPA and the United Nations headquarters. The next day we went to the Sufon Center, the Council on Foreign Relations, and we ended the trip with Johnson & Johnson.
The entire reason you go to college and then go to graduate school is to get a job. So getting a chance to sit down with actual employers, not only people that work at the places we went, but also HR professionals, was very insightful to see what they do and how to best help us get a job.
The most memorable part of the trip for me this time was definitely the United Nations headquarters. I've always wanted to work for the United Nations.
That stood out to me the most because it had always been my dream to visit the UN, and I got to really understand how it operates and what I need to do to get there.
The cool thing about the trips is they're not just hyper-focused on just international security or just development or just even domestic jobs. So it was a kind of a 64,000-foot view of what you can do with an MIA degree.
I think it gives you a fair idea of the areas you can go into, because sometimes we get in here with a limited scope, but this trip exposes us to the numerous opportunities that exist in the field of international affairs.
My concentration is international and non-traditional security. My ultimate career goal is to, when I graduate in May, work for a think tank for 2 to 3 years and then eventually go back and get a PhD.
My concentration is in economics and international business. My main idea is to make a difference in this world or help in development, either economic development or contribute positively to the environment. And this trip really helped me understand that I could do a lot more with a degree in international affairs.
My concentration here in SIA is international business, but I'm looking at corporate social responsibility as well. This trip actually made me not doubt what I'm doing because SIA is preparing me towards that career path.
I think the biggest benefit is seeing alumni from our school that are now in the real world. They've taken the same classes, they've had the same professors, they've had the same experiences, and they can kind of relate and they can speak specifically to how did the skill I learned in this class carry over to the job market.
From the networking aspect of the trip, I made more meaningful connections this time than I did my first time. I kind of knew what to talk about and who to talk to and sort of how I could maintain those networks.
So yes, I'd say that I made valuable connections, but at the end of the day, it's up to me to be able to, rise up to making sure that my connections are working for me.